We are back. So for the podcast Les Millionnaires des Diamants today. So I'm with Marie-Pierre. As you can see, Maria is not there yet. She just got back home yesterday night from Italy. So we will see her very soon. So today we are here, Marie-Pierre and I, to continue into our book from Mel Robbins, Let Them. And just to start the podcast today, I have a couple questions for you, and I want you just to reflect on it. And as you will see at the end, Marie-Pierre will go a little bit more deeper into that section. So have you ever wanted someone you love to change? This is the story of probably every love story on earth. So maybe it's your spouse who won't take care of their health. Maybe it's a child who isn't applying what you teach them. Maybe you think of a friend that is stuck in a toxic relationship, or even a coworker that you see they have so much potential, okay, in their life, but they have no initiative that they want to change or tap into that potential. Or maybe someone you know who keeps making the same mistake over and over again. But you try, you care for them, you want to help them, you give them advice, you encourage them, you remind them what they could do, how they could change, how they could be. And sometimes you get frustrated at it, okay, because you see the solution for them, but they feel like they don't see anything. They feel that they are blind, actually, okay? And what you do, you just push harder. You let them see, let them know what you want for them. And at some point, you get exhausted. Well, today's in our book, Mel Robbins introduced us to one of the mindset shift, okay, that we need to tap in. Okay, so she says that people don't resist change because they're lazy or stubborn, but they resist because it's human nature. And this is what we will look at. But just before we dive into the subject, I will let Marie-Pierre share with you our different contests and our result for the on the group Les Millionnaires des Diamants. So Marie-Pierre, it's up to you.
Yes, so first thing, it's time to share the podcast. So you will find the arrow just beside where you write your comment. So you can share on every social media platform and you have a text in the comment. So you can copy paste it so people understand why they should listen to the podcast. But if you have someone in mind that really needs to hear the podcast today, send it directly by messenger or text message. So when you click on the arrow, you will see, yes, you can share on every social media platform, but you can also share it by messenger or text message. And then we have our contest, Les Millionnaires des Diamants. So first, when you go on our Facebook group, Les Millionnaires des Diamants Inspirational Group, every time you post, every time you react, every time you comment on the group, you gain points during the month to be in the top 10 contributor. And at the end of the month, the official top 10 will get a voucher to go shop on the boutique Les Millionnaires des Diamants. And then at the end of the month, we also have a draw for everyone that posts and tag Les Millionnaires des Diamants. So did you post? Every time that you go on the boutique and you place your order, you take a picture and you go and you post and you tag Les Millionnaires des Diamants, or you receive your order, you take a picture and you go post on social media and you tag Les Millionnaires des Diamants. And then with the book Les Millionnaires des Diamants, did you receive one of the books? Take a picture and go post on social media and tag Les Millionnaires des Diamants. You're reading one of the books, take a picture and then go post on social media and tag Les Millionnaires des Diamants. Or you're doing one of the quiz book. Again, you can take a picture and go post on social media and tag Les Millionnaires des Diamants. Or you're using your agenda Les Millionnaires des Diamants. Again, you take a picture and you go post on social media and tag Les Millionnaires des Diamants. So you can have a new picture to post every day to have the most chance in the draw at the end of the month. And last thing, if you don't already have your ticket for the next conference, it's time to go and click on the link to be with us. It's going to be a virtual conference, so that means that you can join us from all around the world. But also, if you cannot be with us at the moment of the conference, when you are registered, you will receive the link to watch it in replay too. So you need your ticket first to be on the list. And then if you want to be in person, there's still some place. It's really limited space. So it's first come, first serve. So when you are registered, make sure that you send me a message and I will add you to the list of the people that want to be there in person. But
Thank you so much, Marie-Pierre. So let's dive into our subject. So the main theme of our chapter, okay, chapter 14 that we are in our book, is the greatest mistake that we make, okay, is believing that if we care enough, explain enough, or pressure people enough, somebody else, an adult, will finally change. Okay, but the science says otherwise. And this is what I'm going to explain you, that pressure never works. Okay, so what we're going to cover today is three scientific truths: that motivation cannot be borrowed, the brain prefers comfort over growth, and pressure create resistance. And the solution to that is that let them theory. So let's start. So first element, motivation cannot be borrowed. So many people think that motivation is something that you can give people. Oh, I want to motivate them. Oh, well, it doesn't work this way, okay? You think that you need the right word, the right approach, and the right pressure. But the science is telling you a different story. So motivation isn't something that you can give. Motivation is an internal feeling. Motivation is a decision. A person only acts when they feel like acting. So it's not about what you do or you say, okay? But it's really about what they decided to take as action. So you can't make someone exercise. You can't make someone save money. You can't make someone become ambitious. You can't make someone live a bad relationship, okay? Adults only change when they feel like it. Okay, sometimes it's when they face a wall, okay, when they hit a wall. So it doesn't matter how much you want someone to change. It doesn't matter how valid your reasons are, okay? If someone doesn't feel like changing, they won't. And what's great is it's exactly the subject that Sylvain and I have been talking also in our podcast. Right now we are in Super Communicator, Sylvain and I, and we talk about that during the who we are conversation, that your posture, your identity, if it's something that you don't want to change, you won't, no matter how great the facts and the speech is. So people are not stupid. People are not ignorant. They know, but it's not sometimes enough to make them act, okay? And based in the book, okay, from like a psychiatrist, okay, they explain it very clearly. Motivation means you feel like doing something, and adults only do what they feel like doing. You can't motivate them because the feeling of wanting to do has to come from within them, okay? So they know what they have to do. It just have to take that further step of wanting it and feeling like it. So what can you do? You can inspire. So you can share your story. You can share your result. This is what we're doing actually in our MLM. You can support. We show them that you want to inspire with our mission. You support them with the system that we have in Les Diamants. You believe in them, okay, with everything that you have, but you cannot create the desire from them, okay, for them. The desire has to come from within. So keep that in mind. It's impossible to motivate people. You can inspire them, but it has to come from within. Truth number two, the brain prefers comfort over growth. Okay, so this is the probably one of the most fascinating part. Okay, and this is come from neuroscience. Okay, neuroscience teaches us the brain constantly asks one questions: what feels better, not what feels right, what feels better right now. And when we say right now, it's right now, okay? So not in 6 months, not in 10 years, but right now, okay? The gym tomorrow creates health, okay? But the couch right now tonight creates comfort, okay? So this is what I mean by right now. Even if you say that going to the gym, your future you will be so happy for that, the couch is so much more comfortable. Saving money, you really have to talk to your brain. And this is what I was sharing yesterday at the Power Hour. Saving money creates freedom for your future. But buying something today, okay, on Amazon creates pleasure now. Starting a difficult conversation will create growth later, but avoiding it create comforts right now. So our brain naturally choose immediate comfort, immediate gratification. That is why change is so difficult for everyone. It's not because people like they don't know it's better. It's just because if we choose like discomfort, it requires that we put an effort like on right now instead of being good at the moment. Okay, so Mel in her book like share a great example of her friend's husband. Okay, of course he wanted to get in shape, of course he wanted to lose weight, but like carrying around an extra 50 pounds isn't pleasant. He know, okay, it's not good for his heart. He's not an idiot, so why doesn't he do it? Because the treadmill, okay, it's going to be tiring, it's going to make him sore, it's going to require a lot of work, and the brain doesn't like that. The couch is comfortable right now, the chips are delicious right now, the baseball game is entertaining right now. So human beings are wired to move toward what feels good right now, not necessarily what feels right at the moment for your future self. So, to change, a person must be able to separate themselves from the pain they feel in the moment and the action that they need to take. And this is exactly what I try to remind myself every time that I'm saving, every time that I'm investing my money, every time that I have to take a decision or change my expenses, is always, okay, the pain of saying, okay, I don't care the pain right now because it will be good for my future me. Okay, they have to say to themselves, the people, this is going to suck. This is going to suck the exercise, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, they have to do it. You can do it for them. Principle number 3, okay, is pressure create resistance. And this is very important. And this is actually a physical principle, okay? Every human being has a deep psychological need called agency, okay? Agency is the feeling that I'm making my own decision. You should not push on me, okay? The moment another person begins pushing you, okay, your brains interprets it as a threat to our independence. Oh, you're trying to do something for me. I don't like that. I push you back. Okay. What is happening is that you defend yourself, you argue, you procrastinate, you resist, not necessarily because you disagree with the person, but because you feel that this decision that has been pushed on you is not yours. Okay. So when you try to exert control over somebody else's behavior, they instinctively resist, okay, your attempt to control them. So instead of inspiring change, your pressure create a battle over control. Okay, so this principle is very, very important. That means your spouse, your roommate, your mother, your boss, your friends, like all of the same people, okay, don't like feel that feeling of being controlled. Okay, the people you love only feel safe when they feel they are in control of their own life. So when you start to push on people, when you start to pressure them, okay, or you tell them what to do, you're kind of threatening, okay, the way that their brains is wired. You're threatening their control over their life, their decision, and their action, okay? You're getting in the way of their agency, which means I want to make my own decision for myself, and it will come from me. Even if you inspire them, it's got to be my own decision. And Mel Robin also like gave an example into the book of her friend's husband. Okay, like she sighed, she makes passive aggressive comment, she buys him like even a gym membership to help him change. Okay, but every time like she was doing that for her husband, unfortunately, okay, the side, the comment, and like the threat was much more present, and like the resist was there, okay, to change their life, because this was not the decision of her husband. So pressure don't create motivation, it create resistance. So now that we understand how our brain is wired, what can you do? What can you do for these people? Well, this is where the title of the book, okay, got into the game. Is you got to apply that radical solution of let them. Let adults be adults. Let them make their own decision. Let them experience the consequences. Let them learn, okay, in their own time. So yes, Let them sit on the couch. Let them eat the chips. Let them overspend. Let them be in that relationship. I know this is not what you want, but unfortunately, you will lose so much energy if you try to control their life. Okay. Acceptance of another person as they are is the foundation of a healthy and loving relationship. When someone feels that you accept them as they are, they will feel safe with you. And this is the moment that they will look for at some point for inspiration. And maybe at that moment, it will be you, not because you pressure them, but just because you are that example. Okay. So remember what we've learned. Okay. Motivation cannot be borrowed. It's an internal feeling. The brains will always prefer comfort over growth. Okay. Even if at some point they know that it will be bad in the long term, and pressure will create resistance. Okay. We are hardwired. Our brain is hardwired to take our own decision. So the solution to that is to let them. Let adults be adult and accept them as they are. So now to continue like our thinking about how do we act with other people, but how we see people acting with ourselves, I will let Marie-Pierre go for the next part.
Yes, thank you, Jean-Philippe. Because right now the quiz is not the question if you ever try to change someone, because everyone can answer yes. And it's not because we want to control them, it's because we genuinely love them. So our intentions are always good. We are not trying to hurt them, but we want we believe what is best for them. So the question for today is, what if my way of helping is actually making it harder for them to change? So that is really the question. And also remember that when we are doing those quizzes, the goal is not to judge ourselves, it's not to judge the people we love either, but it's simply becoming aware of something that many of us do without even realizing it. So let's start the quiz. So it's a little bit different this morning. It's more question of reflection, so you can answer yes, yes, yes when you see that it's you in those moments. So it's just a moment to realize what we are doing right now. So you want to answer each question honestly. If you want to write your answer in the chat, in the comment, that's good. If you want to just keep it for yourself, that's good too. But remember, the goal here is not to judge yourself. So you don't want to answer the way that you wish you were, but you answer the way that that you actually are right now. So let's start with question number one. So when someone you love keeps making the same mistake over and over again, what is that first reaction? I immediately want to help, or I start giving advice, or I remind them what they should do, or I become frustrated because they are not listening, or honestly, I've done all of the above. Question number two. So, have you ever caught yourself saying things like, "Oh, I've already told you," or "You know what you should do if you would only listen"? When are you finally going to do that thing? So, if you ever said one of those sentences, okay, here it's a yes, and not a yes. Now, question number three. Do you ever replace someone else's life in your own mind? So thinking, oh, they should leave that relationship, or they should take that opportunity, or they should quit that job, they should take better care of themselves, they should stop making excuses. So how much of your mental energy is spent living someone else's life instead of your own? So did you ever replace someone else's life in your own mind? Question number four. Now, when someone ignores your advice, how do you feel? Do you feel disappointed, frustrated, rejected? Do you repeat yourself? Do you try to explain it differently? Do you secretly think, oh, why won't they just listen? So if you felt one of this way, it's another yes. Question number five. Now we'll turn the mirror around. So think about someone who's tried to change you. Maybe your spouse, maybe your parents, maybe your boss, maybe a close friend. So did you immediately change, or did part of you wanted to push back? Even if they were right, Do you still want that decision to be yours to change? So is it another yes that you wanted that decision to be yours? Okay, question number 6. Now you really need to be honest here, okay? Have you ever mistaken loving someone for being responsible for changing them? So you know that you love them, but do you do that mistake between the two that you mix the two? And question number 7. When the people you love don't change, does it affect your own happiness? Do you lose sleep on that? Do you carry their problem? Do you think I'll finally feel better when they get their life together? So if that's true, you've accidentally ended someone else's the key of your peace. So now, if you answer yes to several of these questions, don't feel guilty. That's not the goal. It's to realize that you are not controlling either, but you're caring. The problem is not your heart. Your heart is in the right place, but the problem is your strategy. So most of us were taught that if we love someone enough, we should help them to be their best version of themselves. We should help them to fix it. So rescue them, push them, protect them, convince them. But it's a reminder that adults don't grow because someone else wants them to. They grow when they are ready. So sometimes the greatest gift that we can give another person is that dignity of making their own decision, even if it's the wrong ones, because they will learn from that. So again, we know that it's the let them, but that sounds good. How can I do that? Let them. Let them be themselves. So 5 ways to practice the let them. Number 1, notice every time that the word should enter in your mind. Or they should call, or they should apologize, or they should exercise. Or they replace the they should by one simple sentence. They are free to choose. Okay. So when you hear yourself with the should, change it. They are free to choose. Number 2, ask yourself one question. Am I trying to help or am I trying to feel in control? That one question can change the way you see that situation. Number 3, stop repeating advice that has already been heard. So if someone has heard it once, they probably heard it enough. So repeating it is rarely create that motivation. So it will create that resistance. So stop repeating and repeating the same advice. Number 4, become an example instead of an instructor. So your peace, your consistency, your discipline, your kindness will influence people far more than another lecturer that will ever do. So people will watch before they will listen. So become that example. And number 5, redirect your emotional energy. So every minute that you spend trying to change another adult is a minute that you're not investing in your own growth. So ask yourself every morning, what can I improve today? Not who I can improve today. What can I improve today? So that is where your influence begin. So look where you can make a change for yourself and not trying to make someone else's change. So again, love is not measured by how many people you change, but love is measured on how safe people will feel in your presence. So when people feel safe and accepted, that here they are much likely to become the person that they are capable of becoming. So every time that you feel that urge to correct, to convince, to rescue, or push, just pause, smile, and quietly say to yourself, okay, let them, because the only life that you are ever meant to control is your own. So, on that, I wish you a beautiful day, and we'll see you tomorrow morning for the next.